Hello, everyone. Wishing you a new day filled with energy and joy. Today, I want to share with you a very special love story. Not just a romantic tale, but a journey filled with challenges, heartbreak, hope, and a deep belief in destiny. This is a love story of James and Tu Diep. James, a warm-hearted man from the West, once set foot in Vietnam on a short business trip. In the vibrant city of Saigon, he happened to meet Tu Diep, a gentle, thoughtful girl with a grace as tender as the morning sunlight. What seemed like a fleeting encounter turned out to be the beginning of a deep and enduring love that would last for years. They shared beautiful moments together, afternoon strolls, early morning coffees, and endless conversations about life, culture, and dreams for the future. But fate had other plans. James had to return home to continue his work, while Tu Diep remained in Vietnam, holding on to the memories and a deep longing. Distance, time zones, and small misunderstandings gradually became major obstacles. Messages became fewer, calls grew shorter, and trust began to falter under the weight of doubt. But true love always finds a way back. Tu Diep has always kept James in her heart. She believes that if love is strong enough, no matter how far or how long, they will find each other again. And across the ocean, James has never forgotten Diep's smile, the warmth of her hurried touch, or the promises left unspoken. Now, as James returns to Vietnam after years of separation, the biggest questions remain. Is Tu Diep ready to open her heart once more? Will their dream wedding finally come true? Don't miss this emotional journey, a story where every chapter takes you through the many shades of love, sacrifice, and reunion. Make sure to subscribe and turn on the notification bell so you don't miss any updates from James and Tu Diep's love story. You won't want to miss what happens next. The sun was slowly setting behind the distant mountains, painting the sky with a warm orange hue. But inside Tu Diep, emotions churned in turmoil. The 150-kilometer journey to find James had never felt longer or more daunting. She walked slowly along the dusty red path where the last rays of the afternoon sun still glimmered, like a fragile beam of hope clinging to her unwavering faith. Every step Diep took was wrapped in love, each one a stride through longing, worry, and lingering doubts. Her eyes fixed on the blurry horizon, where James might be waiting for her, or perhaps had quietly given up. Nothing was certain, but her heart remained steadfast. In her mind, James appeared vividly, his gentle eyes, his warm smile, and the way he softly called her name in a slightly awkward Vietnamese accent. Memories came rushing back like a slow-motion film, walking hand in hand along the riverbank, heated arguments that ended in tearful embraces, hugs that felt like they would never let go. And now, all that remained was a burning desire to see him again. She couldn't stop asking herself, where is James right now? Is he okay? Does he still remember me? Is he still waiting, just like he promised that day? Worry welled up in her like silent waves, making each step feel heavier. Without her by his side, could James take care of himself? Did he feel lonely during those cold, windy nights? Thousands of thoughts stormed through her mind, and nothing could ease her heart except seeing him again. With her own eyes, Tu Diep had often imagined the moment she'd reunite with James. It would be a beautiful sunny day, and they would embrace in tears after years apart. A trembling handshake filled with trust, a smile bursting with joy after an eternity of waiting. And beyond that, she dreamed of a simple but heartfelt wedding, where they would stand before friends and family exchanging sacred vows. A wedding not defined by luxury, but by the presence of true love. She believed that if she could overcome this journey, both literally and emotionally, they would deserve a happy ending. Their love had endured the trials of time, distance, and countless misunderstandings. But if they could stand face to face once more, then every hardship would have been worth it, a precious part of their story. The sun was almost gone, the golden orange light now just a faint streak behind her. But ahead, in the descending dusk, her heart still shone with fierce hope that James was still out there, waiting for her, and that their love story would one day be continued, not with separation, but with happiness. Tu Diep had once dreamed of a fairy tale wedding with James, a wedding filled with happiness, where love, after years of waiting, would finally come to fruition. And now, what once seemed so far away had materialized right before her eyes, like a dream turned into reality. That day, the sky was an unusually clear blue. Soft sunlight gently fell upon the old tiled roofs, the swaying trees, and the little garden where the wedding was taking place. A simple, lush green space blooming with flowers. There were no dazzling lights or grand stages, only birdsong, the light fragrance of blossoms and radiant smiles from loved ones. Tu Diep emerged in a pristine white wedding gown, not extravagant, but elegant, delicate, just like her. The long veil floated gently in the wind, making her look like a muse stepping out of a fairy tale. All eyes were on her, but Diep saw only one person, James, the man waiting for her at the end of the flower-strewn aisle. James wore a light beige suit that day, looking handsome and timeless. He was still the same James, with warm eyes, a gentle smile, and a gaze that held nothing but admiration, respect, and deep love for her. The moment their eyes met, the world seemed to fall silent. They heard nothing but the beating of their hearts and the flood of memories rushing back. The music began, a gentle violin tune they used to listen to together in Saigon. Diep walked slowly toward James, each step a farewell to a past filled with hardship, stepping into a sweet present and a future full of hope. As they stood face to face, James gently took her small hands, hands he once held, once lost, and now he vowed never to let go again. James's voice trembled slightly as he said his vows. "From the moment I met you, I knew my heart would never belong to anyone else. The years apart, the longing, the countless nights without you, all only made me realize how real and eternal this love is. I promise to love you with all my heart, to protect you from life's storms and to build a home with you, a place where you can always be yourself." Tu Diep's eyes welled up with tears, but her gaze remained steady as she replied, "James, there were times I didn't believe I was strong enough to wait for something uncertain. But the love you left in me taught me how to be patient, how to hope, and how to trust. I promise to walk this path with you, through calm and through storms. I don't need much, just to wake up every morning and see you beside me, and to know that we still have each other." Applause erupted as they shared their first kiss as husband and wife. It wasn't long, nor rushed, just a gentle, warm kiss full of meaning. In that moment, time seemed to stand still, and all the pain they had endured melted away, as if it had never existed. The wedding celebration was cozy and intimate. Friends had flown in from all over to join them, even those who had witnessed their love, their separation, and their reunion. Glasses clinked, stories were shared, laughter rang out, and happy tears were shed. Then came a surprise. James sang a Vietnamese song he had secretly learned for the occasion. Though his pronunciation wasn't perfect, every word he sang brought tears to Tu Diep's eyes. It was a song she used to hum during the days she missed him most. And now, the man she loved was singing it back to her on their wedding day. Night fell, and little garden lights twinkled like stars above. Tu Diep leaned her head on James's shoulder, silently watching the last guests leave the celebration. In that quiet moment, she knew. She had reached the end of a long journey filled with tears, longing, and yearning. And today, that journey was rewarded with something simple yet sacred: to be with the one she loves forever.
Câu hỏi này vẫn đang chờ lời giải thích, giải đáp, và mọi chuyện vẫn còn đang trong tình thế căng thẳng. James và gia đình, anh phải đối trước một cuộc chiến cam go nơi mà những kẻ thù ẩn mình trong những bóng tối sẵn sàng gây ra những hậu quả khôn lường. Tuy nhiên, James không phải là người dễ bị khuất phục. Với lòng dũng cảm và sự quyết tâm bảo vệ những người mình yêu thương, anh sẽ không dễ dàng bỏ cuộc. Cùng đón xem câu chuyện đầy kịch tính này, nơi những tình yêu được những bí mật được hé lộ, và từng chút một là mọi thế lực tăm tối đang dần được vén màn. Mọi thứ sẽ đi đến đâu, ai sẽ chiến thắng trong cuộc chiến này? Đừng bỏ lỡ những diễn biến tiếp theo. Hãy đăng ký kênh và bật chuông thông báo để theo dõi những